was roving on the bog on a misty Irish morning when an Englishman jumped up and shouted, "Ho, top of the morning, row, ho, dill-I-ye, fancy free with a hang down low, shave my belly with a rusty knife, and I wake up in the morning, a bottle of rum and a fancy jig, and the road rise up to me, gee, just put another shrimp on the barbie friend, and I'll be there to greet ye, row, ho, skilly-doo, whack all day on a toddy-o, with a bottle of rum and a drunken whore, and I go home in the morning, row, ho, dill-I-ye, musty Irish morning friend, shitting in a bucket with a drunken whore, and I go home in the morning.
So we want about 1 cup of juice, so we're literally just gonna squeeze our lemons. So we want about 1 cup of juice, so we're literally just gonna squeeze our lemons. So we want about 1 cup of juice, so we're literally just gonna squeeze our lemons. So we're literally just gonna squeeze.
Making children cry. I guess that's just the way it's She says she wants to Uber home now, 'cause you're just not her type of guy. But she still wants to be your friend, and if she meets her Mr. Right, then maybe you could help her move her stuff when she moves in with him. But for now, she just wants an Uber home. She says it's not that you're not handsome, you're just not her cup of tea. 'Cause she's got better things to do than to hang around with you. She's got other ways she'd rather spend her time, and that's why she just wants to Uber home.
Checking the mic, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Help, help. Checking the mic, 1, 2. Help, 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 help. Serious. Check, 1, 2. Help. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Shit. Hello everyone, welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today I'm going to be teaching you how to make delicious and hearty, healthy celery soup. This is a delicious and simple dish. We'll see about that. It's labeled as simple. It comes to us from a website called thefoodfetishchef.com, and it looks pretty good. I'll show you what it looks like here. Not bad. Some people are late. It looks like we've only got about 74 viewers here. So we'll give a little bit of time to let some of those people show up. Hey, Fat Honger just resubscribed at 33 months. Thank you so much, Fat Honger. And I want to thank It's Kate for rating our channel with 3 viewers. As a matter of fact, the background here was submitted to us by none other than It's Kate, who is one of our moderators who does so much stuff. Thank you, It's Kate, and thanks for this cool picture. Also, the voting... Am I right? Is it still not too late to vote on your favorite clip for the Twitch anniversary? May 4th, we're going to be doing a big anniversary stream right here at Henry's Kitchen at the same usual time. So, you can definitely... It's Kate X says, nope, it ends just before this Sunday's stream. So it's not too late. Go ahead and put in your vote for the best Henry's Kitchen clip for the last year. I tried to vote, but honestly, I liked them all so much. It was very difficult for me to pick. And I guess clips from your last year are a little bit like your children, where you have a favorite one, but you don't want to let the other ones know that they're your favorite. I don't know. I've never had children, so I'm just guessing. Midnight Faded cheered 100 bits. Thank you, Midnight Faded. Says celery soup, more like celery poop. You're absolutely right, Midnight Faded. Let's take a look at the picture here. Actually, if you... Wait, that's not it, of course. Hold on. There it is. If you did have poop that looked like that, I think that would mean that you're very, very healthy, actually. So that's not so bad. What else is going on here? Thanks, Fat Hunger. Thanks, Midnight Faded. Don't forget, we've got a big show coming up in Naperville, Illinois. June 28th. It's going to be an amazing time. You can get tickets for that at henrys.kitchen or henryphillips.com. Oh, look, there's a direct link right there in the chat. Naperville is going to be a blast. Fitchin' Hat says, hey, Henry, Buddhists claim that desire is the root cause of all suffering. I have no desire to cook, and yet the kitchen is agonizing. Help. Okay, so what they mean by that, the Buddhists feel that life is suffering. And once you realize that and you acknowledge it, then it makes it easier to go throughout your day, knowing that you're going to be suffering. And if you apply that to the kitchen, look, if we don't go to the kitchen, we don't eat, right? We don't eat, we die. And for some people, that's fine. Maybe even most people. But if you're not into that kind of thing, it's probably a better idea to just realize it's going to be hell. There's going to be long, tedious hours of following complicated directions and scrolling through websites on the internet that talk about someone's home life or their husband or their cat or whatever, and then you have to scroll to the bottom until you finally get to the directions, and then the directions have all kinds of stupid shorthand codes that try to complicate things, you know, like cook your pasta for 9 to 11 minutes. What they mean is the number in between. They're just dancing around it. They want 10 minutes. And so many other things like that. And then not only that, but the this personal safety risks that you have with catching fire or stabbing yourself, being publicly humiliated if you cook a meal and you make it for your family and they say that it tastes like shit. There's just so many things that can go wrong, but if we don't do it, we die. And if that's just so, I think what the Buddhists are trying to say is that once you know that, you're armed with the knowledge. It's a little bit like the existentialism that we saw in a lot of grunge music. M. Cariotti says they are being obstructionist. Yeah, that could be a better way to say it. Okay. We've got more than 100 viewers now, and I think that that's respectable. I think it's time for us to look at some of the other pictures that have been submitted. Thanks again, It's Kate, for giving us this cool picture. We got a picture from Henry Townsend. Presumably this is Henry Townsend's house or maybe a hallway or something. It looks a little scary, I'll be honest with you. But it might serve as a cool background for our songs. We have a song we have a couple of song requests. Royal Flash 9. Royal Flash 9, or is it Royal Flush 9? Royal Flush 9, sorry. I was thinking of the video game Royal Flash that we used to play at the bars. Okay. Let's go ahead and put the reverb on. Check 1, 2. Oh wait, did I already have the reverb on? Have you guys been able to hear me this whole time? Has this been on the whole time? The sound? I don't understand why I just had to turn it on. Okay, it's been on. Thanks, Ariel Hopkin. Okay, M. Cariotti. Royal Flush 9 says the river bison has just shown up. Okay, I'm not really sure why it was like that, but I'm glad it is. All right, so here we go. This is a song that was requested to us by Royal Flush 9. It's by The Animals. It's an old, I think it's an old folk song, but it's a beautiful song and it's dark. So we're going to use Henry Townsend's background of his house, presumably, as the background for this. So let's pull up the lyrics. I'm using, I already know the chords, so I don't really need the lyrics, or I don't need the guitar chords. Oh no, my cat roast beef is gonna try to ruin this. Or maybe he'll make it better with some elderly cat wailing in the background. They call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. God, I know I'm one. Will you stop, please? It's literally when he wakes up, he goes to the bathroom, he's just got all kinds of pain, and I feel for him, but he's ruining. You're ruining everything. Hold on. Everybody, chill out for just a moment here. I'm gonna put my cat to sleep. We're gonna figure this out. Hold on. Just watch a video for a second. Okay, so I've moved my cat roast beef over to a bedding area. I had company recently and set up a bedding area, but it looks like roast beef likes this. He's sort of sandwiching himself in between two folds of this mattress that I set up. It's sort of like not entirely unlike a hot dog. So maybe he'll be comfy and sleep in that situation so that we can get on with the show, because it's really distracting to have a cat screaming in what sounds like pain, but it's just general agony. He can't hear himself, so he meows louder. He also can't see very well anymore, so he's frustrated and disoriented. He also has a little bit of dementia, and he also has these apparently crystallizations that form on the rim of his anus. So after he uses the bathroom, he has a lot of pain. And this is stuff that we've had to deal with. The vet said that I probably once a week, maybe on Saturday night while we're watching Hallmark movies, I should go in with little tweezers and just remove the little bits of crystallizations from his anus. Sorry, everybody. It's I laugh because it's better than crying. Me Ert says, yeah, my cat has kidney stones, so I feel you. Yeah, and it's not fun. Borsenvin says, love knows no bounds. Yeah, that is true. Boy, I hope roast beef doesn't also have kidney stones. Okay, he looks like he's doing pretty well for the moment, so I'm going to go back to doing the song here. My mother was a sailor. What? Oh, a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. Sewed my blue jeans. Sorry, I'm still distracted from my cat. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. Probably during spring break, that's when they all go down there. Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. Well, they need money, obviously, right? And the only time he's satisfied was when he's sitting on a drunk. These lyrics are very old, so sometimes the meaning changes over the years. Oh, mother, tell your children not to do what I have done. Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. Ditchin' Hat, yeah, they have a Bally's casino. If I remember correctly, I lost a little bit of money there. But there's so much more fun stuff to do in New Orleans than go to the Bally's and play blackjack. Do that in Atlantic City or one of those places. But I mean, you can watch top-notch jazz. You can eat red beans and rice and blackened catfish sandwiches and jambalaya and have a what's that cocktail that they're famous for? Computer, what's the cocktail that New Orleans is famous for?
The Sazerac is a cocktail that is
The Sazerac, you can have one of those. Yeah, Sazerac, thanks. Hey kid, help computer 420. You know, you can get beads and throw them at the ladies and they'll show you their private parts. There's just all kinds of stuff that's more entertaining than just sitting there at a slot machine with a cigarette dangling out of your mouth and just, you know? And not that I haven't done that, but I just don't do it in New Orleans. I got one foot on the platform, the other foot is on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. So wait, is this guy the gambler? He's going to New Orleans, but he said earlier that his dad went. Well, there is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. And with the price of eggs today, I think we're all poor boys. Am I right? Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Saguaro U says, many a po' boy. Oh, that's right, po' boy sandwiches. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Pancake King, this is my uncle's favorite song. Well, hopefully there's better versions out there than whatever monstrosity I just did there. But I blame my cat roast beef for interrupting it during some of the crucial parts. Sloggy Doggy has resubscribed for 3 months and says, how can I learn to sing as good as you? Sloggy Doggy, I really appreciate the compliment there, and it might even be a sarcastic type of a barb, a verbal dart, but I'm going to take it as a compliment and say thank you. And the answer is, I don't know, I just sort of have a natural ability. But there are singing teachers, a lot of them on YouTube that you can check out. Snisku has resubscribed for 8 months and says, shout out to Private Parts. Yep. Shout out right back at you, Snisku. Thank you very much. Let's see what we're looking like here in terms of the viewership. We've got 136 viewers, which I think is plenty to get started. Mochi just tipped $4.20. Thank you, Mochi. And says $4.20 for the ending of House of Rising Sun. That rocked. Big love, Henry. Roast beef and all the users. Thank you so much, Mochi. That's a very nice donation from you, and I hope that you're doing well. And thanks for the upbeat vote of confidence there. Best Coast has resubscribed for 8 months and says, great singing, Henry. Excited for the asparagus soup today. Ate some for dinner today. No, this is actually not asparagus soup. I'll show you a picture. It's celery soup. I don't know why that picture keeps coming up. That's not it. Come on. Come on. Where is the picture? There it is. This is the celery soup. Blaze610 says, hey Henry, is that a green screen house? It looks so cozy. Thanks. Yeah, no, this is actually submitted to us by Henry Townsend. This is Henry Townsend's house. Thank you for providing that nice dark sort of a background. And I'm sorry that you have to live there, but it worked out well for our spooky song. Let's do another song, shall we? Crush with Eyeliner gave us this picture, which is a tribute to the artist formerly known as Prince. I guess you could probably say the former artist, formerly now known as the late Prince, or the late artist. What was the context here, JSBX fan? Good to see you too. What was this Prince doing a tribute, or what is this, a tribute act for Prince? But either way, it's awesome. The caption said that Prince died 9 years ago today, which is amazing that today is the anniversary of that. But in that case, I don't understand what the context of this picture. Oh, it's at Paisley Park. Okay, cool. Boris and Fen says, I wish I could own a Prince symbol shaped guitar. That would be awesome. Well, this is an awesome background. Thanks. Let's see what our next song is here, and maybe it'll be something. Speaking of JSBX fan or Crush with Eyeliner, we have a song request from Crush with Eyeliner for. I've been playing Ms. Pac-Man on the show, and I'll probably play it today while we're waiting for our celery soup. But there's a famous song called Pac-Man Fever, and it was requested to us by Crush with Eyeliner. So why don't we use the background picture. Casey 2.0 said, Prince gave us one of the best Super Bowl halftime shows ever. Oh, of course. Yes, is that what that is, the Super Bowl? Wait, that doesn't make sense. I do remember that, but that was a long time ago. Computer, when did Prince play the halftime show?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, Prince performed at the Super Bowl halftime show on February 4th, 2007.
Oh yeah, 2007. So is this... Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do... Okay, oh, I see. JSBX fan says, yes, the projection screen at Paisley was showing the halftime show. It rained. Oh, I see. Okay. Because also in your caption it said 2022. But Royal Flush 9 says Prince's stage has more style than my apartment. You know, it's funny the way that works out. It's probably because, oh, I see. Now JSBX fan says, I went to Paisley in 2022. Okay, got it. All right, well, we've cleared it up. Thanks for requesting this song, JSBX fan. It's perfectly suited for our stream today. I'm going to go ahead and do it here. It's a blues song. No Prince, but we're gonna do the best we can. I got a pocket full of quarters and I'm headed to the arcade. I don't have a lot of money, but I'm bringing everything I made. I got a callus on my finger and my shoulder's hurting too. I'm gonna eat them all up just as soon as they turn blue. I got Pac-Man fever, driving me crazy, Pac-Man fever, out of my mind. I got Pac-Man fever, it's a little like shingles, but you go out of your mind. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit for Prince. I've got all the patterns down up until the 9th key. I've got Speedy on my tail and I know it's either him or me. So I'm headed out the back door and in the other side gonna eat the cherries up and take them all for a ride, 'cause I've got Pac-Man fever. It's driving me crazy. I got Pac-Man fever. Or maybe it's syphilis, but I got Pac-Man fever. I only said that because apparently syphilis drives you crazy. If you don't get treated, now we have treatments now, but apparently that's what got Friedrich Nietzsche. You know, I'm going to try something I don't do very often. We're going to jump to another song. This is a Michael Jackson song called Dirty Diana, but if I'm reading this correctly, I think the lyric meter is similar. So let's go ahead and... to the left, and then I'll move to the right. Cause Pokey's way too slow, and Blinky's out of sight. Now I've got them on the run, and I'm looking for the high score. So it's round the block, and I'll slide out the back door. I'm really cooking now, eating everything in sight. All my money is gone, so I'll be back tomorrow night. Cause I've got Pac-Man fever. I've got Pac-Man fever. It's driving me crazy. I'm going out of my mind. I turned it into sort of an 80s tribute, if you will. Or even if you won't. Royal Flush 9 says, is soup considered a beverage or a food? Good question. Computer, is soup considered a beverage or a food?
Yes. According to Wikipedia,
Yes.
soup is a primarily liquid food, generally served warm or hot, that is made by combining ingredients of meat or vegetables with stock, milk, or water. Hot soups are additionally characterized by boiling...
Computer, stop. Okay, so the answer is yes.
I'm
Lich,
not quite sure how to help you with that.
Licks Advocate, hey Henry, what solo riffs have you been learning? I've been learning this little bit. Maybe I'll bring out the electric. This is from the movie Crossroads. I can't really reach it. Something like that. Eruption. It's hard to do on the acoustic. I think I'm going to bring out the electric for the anniversary stream, which is coming up on May 4th. Make sure you vote for your favorite clip on the Discord. All right, everybody. It's time for us to put the fun stuff away, unfortunately, and start cooking. All good things must come to an end, and it's usually because you have to cook. All right, let's just look through a couple other pictures here. Embry gives us a really beautiful picture of Seattle. This is very nice, Embry. Thanks for sharing this. Blinder just resubscribed for 16 months. Blinder _. Thank you so much for that, Blinder. And JSBX fan cheered 200 bits and says, thanks for showing my pick and playing my song request. Absolutely. Thanks for that trip down memory lane. And let's see what else we got here in the picture chamber. Thanks again, Embry. That's a cool pick. And Nancy Droodles sends a beautiful pic here. This is captioned Evanston, Illinois, Lighthouse Beach. Lighthouse Beach in Evanston, Illinois. So I guess that's not the ocean then. That would be more likely the lake. Is it Lake Superior? My geography leaves a lot to be desired. Parasitosis says, sorry I'm late, Henry. Had a major leak at work. Fucking water is everywhere. Very sorry to hear. Oh, Lake Michigan. Saguaro U says Lake Inferior. I see. I guess that's the nickname for Lake Michigan. So what's Lake Superior then? Is that the one? I don't know. Parasitosis, I thought about you last week when there was an entire category on Jeopardy about weights and measures. You should try to go watch that Jeopardy episode on demand somehow so that you can run the entire category. Parasito says northern by the Upper Peninsula. Oh, okay. That's Lake Superior. Oh, I get it, of course. So they don't mean superior in that it's a superior lake. They mean it's higher up. Okay. I can remember it that way. I think that does it for our green screen pictures. Okay, let's go ahead and enter the kitchen. Oh man. I have a little bit of coffee here. I think I'm gonna have to microwave it though. I got it from the cafe down the street. You gotta have coffee before you start anything difficult. So I apologize, everybody. But we'll be doing this. This is gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay today. You can look at my cat roast beef. Wow, he's really sandwiched his way into that bedding. What sucks is I like to do welfare checks on him when he sleeps for a long time. Oh, there he goes. He moved a little bit, so he's okay. But when I do a welfare check, he's like, "What are you doing?" And then he gets up and starts screaming. It's really a very problematic situation here. Okay, everybody. Well, let's take a look at what we're going to be cooking today, what the history of it is, and why we do it. This comes to us from a website called thefoodfetishchef.com, and it's celery recipes in general. And this one says, a healing bowl of celery soup, comforting, affordable, and flavorful, that can be made in 35 minutes. We'll see about that. Healthy, delicious, and vegan adaptable. Now it says here that it's healthy and healing. I want to say that we here at Henry's Kitchen make no claim that this celery is actually healing or treating any kind of illness or disease in any way. It has not been tested by the various regulating agencies like the FDA or the CDC to be labeled a healing soup. I will say that those agencies would approve of the maximum amount of allowable heavy metals and other types of music that are in there. Van Honkerton says, the bison are grazing at the river. The bison are grazing at the river. The river bison, I guess. The river bison. The reverb is on. Oh, I got you. Okay. Thank you very much, Royal Flush 9. Message received loud and clear, and let me fix that now. The reverb was on, and I just fixed it now. Thank you for that code. Lich Advocate says the FDA and CDC were cut anyway, so we can get away with it now. Yeah, it's like a big party. The parents are gone, and we can eat heavy metal. Zoop Skillet says it's a parable, I think. Cerebellum says maybe it would help roast beef's anal crystals. Yeah. Okay, everybody, we're getting off a little bit here. Panda Mesquena says, what makes you genuinely happy? I would say when I'm done cooking and I eat it if it's good, that would make me genuinely happy. If the food came out good after I'm done cooking, then I could feel like I've accomplished something and have just a general feeling of satiety and even happiness. Nancy Drudels wants to know, can I pour this soup into a Bloody Mary? Sure. It's liquid. You can pour it into anything. There will be potato, though. I don't know if they have potato. Let's look one more time. Oh, God. I keep on putting up this stupid picture. Okay. I don't really see any potato, but we are going to be working with a blender. So let's go ahead and look at our ingredients here, shall we? We have 2 tablespoons olive oil or butter. I went with the or butter option. 1 onion diced. I have some leftover onion from last time we worked with onion. And then Quanto says, why not just bypass the cooking part and get a pizza? You don't even know how much I would want to do that. But then I don't have a purpose in life. If I'm not teaching cooking, then what am I really? Zoop Skillet says agave potato soup tea with guac. Oh, is that what this is? 6 cups celery. I don't know if it's going to be 6 cups, but we have a lot of celery here. We've got 2 cups potatoes. I just have 2 potatoes, and they're about the size of a cup, I guess. 4 cups veggie or chicken broth or some product called Better Than Bouillon vegetable base. We also want a cup of water. I'll be using a measuring cup for that. And then I also have a bay leaf, salt and pepper we've got to taste, as well as some cayenne. I think I'm going to leave that out. Well, we could try to find cayenne. I don't know. And we also need dill and parsley and a probiotic sour cream. I don't think... Oh, we have half and half, so we can use that. Okay, but I think we could probably get started with this. I know you guys have questions. Borsenben says, why is your onion wearing a condom? It's to preserve the exposed part. Royal Flush 9 says, celery burns more calories than it contains. Can I use this soup as my workout? Yeah, you can use it in place of a workout. Licks Advocate says, Quanto, how is the status of breeding the users going? Yeah, Quanto, we wouldn't mind an update on how... Quanto is our designated breeder for the Henry's Kitchen user community. Commune, if you will. Zoop Skillet says, I noticed the vertical mouse has been mouse shopping. You like it? Oh. I hear it takes seconds to get used to the vertical ones. Okay, so this mouse here is great. It's like you're shaking someone's hand. It's that exact movement. So it's ergodynamic or whatever. Ergonomic. And this is a much healthier thing for carpal tunnel. You don't want to be doing this and all kinds of weird stuff with your hand while you're trying to use your mouse. You just want to not bend at the wrist. It's the same with the guitar. I have issues with, from years of shredding awesomely on the guitar, I have some issues with my right wrist. So I've been using this thing. I think it works. It could be all some kind of a hoax or one of these selling like pseudo-scientific things, but I believe that if you're not supposed to bend your wrist while you're doing motions with your fingers. That's what I've always heard. Thitchin Hat says, but what about your flactoids? Yeah, I have a distended, herniated flactoid muscle interior, I guess. It would be called the inferior flactoid herniation. Pancake King says, after living in Japan, I'm a fan of bowling. Do they bowl there? I didn't even know that. Fan of bowing. I'm sorry. Oh, bowing. Yeah, I've seen that. Oh, that's cool. I'm a fan of bowing as well. Or do you mean bowing? Like there's a lot of violinists? Zensibilium says the fridge. Yeah. I don't know why you said the fridge. Did I say the fridge? That might be a reference to something. Okay, guys. It's time to cook. A lot of times I just start pussy farting around and not getting the work done. But that's what I need to be doing right now. So let's go to our ingredients. Let's start by prepping. So we want this 2 tablespoons olive oil. Okay, we'll do that. 1 onion dice. Let's start by dicing our onions, shall we? Or for our French people out there, the oignon. This is a good opportunity to show you a little bit of my onion game, as it were. I don't have zoom anymore, zoom capability on this camera anymore, but I might be able to do something like this. Okay. A lot of times you'll see some asshole peeling the onion before they get to the point where they're cutting it. This is stupid, guys, and I'll tell you why. Watch what happens. Oh, and I'm going to put on... you don't have to go as crazy as I do, but I'm just going to have a little bit of eye protection because, of course, we all get this lacrimatory crying response when we're in the kitchen, when we're cooking onions, and I don't want that right now. So this is why... Oh, yeah, and I should probably use... other protection. I've got somewhere around here. I have my chainmail glove that was gifted to me by you, the users, and this is going to protect me from cutting myself unintentionally. Okay. Okay, so you'll get all kinds of idiots coming up here and peeling this thing first. It's so stupid because watch what happens when I start cutting. Immediately, the peeling starts to come off anyway. So I'm really just kind of adding an extra step. And I don't like, by the way, that there's a nipple growing out of the middle of this thing. But look how easy that is. It just sort of does it automatically anyway. So if you ever are at a restaurant and the guy starts peeling an onion, not that they do that necessarily in front of you, get out of that restaurant. Tell them that they suck. Okay, I'm going to throw that part with the nipple away. I've always said I don't mind nipples, just not in my onions. Actually, I've never said that. It just came out right now. Everyone type Forson says, what about if I'm at a restaurant and the guy starts showing his nipple? Well, some of these restaurants, I guess, are doing anything they can to try to get customers nowadays after COVID. Robert Table says, can you save the nipples to make nipple broth? I don't want that. I don't want to do that. It sounds weird. But, okay, so I think we've pretty much diced our onion into small pieces at this point. We're going to get rid of that. And this is pretty much ready to go. Okay. We can now remove our protective gloving. Alexander Dean says, what is the proper way to clean chainmail gloves? I don't know. I've never cleaned these. I don't really know how that works. I might get tetanus. All right. So we've diced our onion. Now we need 4 fat garlic cloves, rough chopped. Oh, I took the glove off prematurely because we need to deal with garlic now. Come on. Okay. All right, so we're going to take this. It wants 4. I don't think I'm going to be making the full amount. Let's see, this, it doesn't say, oh, it yields 7 cups. Yeah, no, we're cutting everything in half. We're only going to do 2 of these. 2 of these little cloves or whatever they are, bulbs. Ooh, these are fragrant. And don't forget that all words that have to do with smell sort of devolve into a point where if you just say it without saying whether it's a good smell or a bad smell, people will assume it's bad. You know, if you look at Renaissance poetry, it says, you know, my love stinks of roses or whatever, and then shorten it to the stink of my love, or my love stinks. We assume it's bad now, but it used to be good. And so then they said, all right, well, now we need a word that's better than stinks. And so they change it to smells. And now if you say my love smells, that it all by itself sounds bad. So then they had to change that. And so they're saying, okay, well, how about we'll use the word aroma. But if you say my love has an aroma, that sounds not great. And so you can refer to your love's waft. Waft is another one that if you say it all by itself, it sounds... Computer, what does waft mean?
Waft is a verb that means to carry something gently and smoothly through the air or over water. It can also be a noun, in which case it refers to a faint sound, odor, etc.
Odor is another one. My love has an odor. There's literally no way to say that your love smells good unless you add the word good. Maybe scent. Cerebellum says, in my opinion, love should be fragrance-free. Yeah, I think so. I think we should leave fragrances out of it, the whole conversation. But this definitely has an aroma that is wafting in my general direction. Okay. It's funny, even with having already done the onions, my eyes are starting to get a little bit teary. Fragrant. Duza says fragrant is positive. Yeah, it could be, but if somebody just said to you, well, it's the context, right? Whoa, somebody's a little fragrant, then that would be bad. But that's, you have to add the extra histrionics there. Okay. Now we need our celery chopped very thin, so let's go ahead and do that at this point. This shouldn't be so bad. We're just going to grab little celery bits. And we're going to want 3 cups of this. We're going to clear off the board here. I've got, you know, our pal Chef Reactions He said that I was an exquisite cook, but he said that I wasn't. If there were any criticisms, it's that I don't really use the surface space as efficiently as I could. So I'm trying to correct that the best I can. I think I'm just going to cut this and take my chances. I'm tired of putting on that fucking glove. Okay. Slice thin. What the hell does that mean? What do they mean by that? 6 cups celery. I hope they mean like this. I don't know. Computer, what are the health benefits of celery?
Some health benefits commonly associated with celery may include providing antioxidants, reducing inflammation, supporting digestion, boosting vitamin and minerals.
But it said may. It may be healthy for you. It might not, though. I don't know why. There's got to be more to that story. Okay, I think we're good on celery at this point. I think it's time now to go to our potatoes, sliced into 1/2 inch thick rounds. I'm not going to do the measurement right now. There's really no point. I'm just going to de-skin it. We're losing a little bit of our potato this way, but that's okay. 2 cups. I'm also going to take off the sort of side parts. And I think we're probably okay to go here. I mean, I'm really just making soup for myself. I don't know that I need to be putting 2 cups of potato in there. 1/2 inch, yeah, sure. Okay, and now we need that broth. So, see if I can find... I've got a measuring cup here. So, we can get 2 cups of water and 1/2 tablespoon. Of something called Better Than Bouillon. Bouillon, of course, is a chicken, I think an imitation chicken stock situation. So there's no such thing as a 1/2 tablespoon measurement, but I'm just going to fill this one up about halfway. That's the way you're going to do that. We'll spin this around. The GL Prime says potatoes are empty calories, so putting 2 cups of them is essentially like putting in 0. Okay, good. Well, now I don't feel as bad then. Mochi's Nirvana says no crispy piece of bread. Boy, that sounds pretty good, but this recipe actually doesn't call for that. Norel Borel just gifted 1 sub. Thanks so much, Norel Borel. Comatose O says, and do they mean horizontal or vertical? I don't know. That's one of the things that bothered me. It didn't say. Okay. We also need 1 cup of water, so I'll finish this off here. I'm going to do a quick check-in with my cat roast beef. Make sure that he's sort of doing okay in terms of... oh yeah, he is snuggled up between those 2 folds of the makeshift bed that I prepared for company. And he is doing okay. So now we're making quite a fucking mess here. We also need something called a bay leaf. So I didn't want to have to do this, but let's set this up here. I've got a spice rack. This is where we have the various things like smoked paprika. What I need to do is find the bay leaf. This is extremely daunting to have to come over here and try to find shit. This is why I don't like it. We also need dill and parsley. Oh, bay leaves. Got it. Now we need some parsley. Got some star anise. This one's empty. Parsley, come on. I've got herbs de Provence. I think I'm just going to do that. Huh. It's so much work. Okay. And we got our salt and pepper. In terms of cream, I've got half and half. That's going to have to do. Okay, let's get to work here. Boy, it's already been like an hour and we haven't even started. Jack OTPS says bay leaves seem to be in the bag on the lower shelf. Well, maybe there was some other ones, but I seem to have them here too. They come in various... Let's see what you were referring to. Oh, you know what? It's not bay leaves, but it's actually parsley, so that's one of the things I was looking for. Thanks for that. That was a good call. Borsenvin says there was totally bay leaves in the bag. Really? Oh! You're right, there's another bag. This is like playing one of those escape room games. You guys are good. Lynx Deity, this is why I let the professionals at McDonald's do the cooking. Good call. Okay, so let's put away our better than bouillon. And now we don't really even need either of these things. And we can put the roast beef cam back. Roast beef literally looking like a hot dog right now. Pretty awesome. Okay. Instructions. Heat the oil in a big pot. I've got a pot going here. We want to heat the oil. It's not oil. It's 2 tablespoons butter. All right, so now I've got a huge problem here. Because we have just way too much surface space being sort of taken up, but we're going to deal with it. boy. Okay, so I've got our infrared stove here, and we're gonna put 2 tablespoons butter on in there. You really can't do too much butter. It wants medium. While we're waiting for that, I want to show you about a new purchase I just made. I don't own a turntable. I don't necessarily even love this album, but I had it when I was a kid growing up, and I saw it at the Goodwill, so I bought it. It's Neil Diamond's I'm Glad You're Here With Me Tonight. I love this album cover so much that I actually mimicked it on an album that I put out called Why Haven't I Heard From You? But it's a very cool album. It's actually got some fun songs. Desiree is a big hit. God Only Knows, Beach Boys cover. Dance of the Sabers is very dramatic, as is Lament in D minor. See, that's the thing. Nowadays, if you're putting it on shuffle, it's all in mixed up order and it doesn't make any sense. Okay. So let's check in on our butter. Seems to be melting okay. Boy, what I wouldn't do for a pizza right now. Borsenman says, I just got gifted the White Album from the Beatles recently. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I used to have a CD compilation that was an anniversary issue, and it had like the poster that came inside it and all that kind of stuff. Okay, what's the next thing? We're going to add the garlic and we're going to stir for a couple of minutes. So let's do that now. We got to lift the whole board here. It's funny, it says stir, but it doesn't say stir with what? Like, do they want me to use a knife? If it ever doesn't specify what instrument that you're supposed to use in terms of stirring it, go with the rubber spatula. It's not going to scratch anything, and generally it works. I use the slutted one because it's got, that's handy for if you're picking up sauces and stuff. The sauce will fall through the looser parts of the sauce. It's sort of like one of those European strainer type things. Okay, Comatose O says probably a knife. Yeah. Link's Deity, rubber spatula is the ultimate tool. Yeah, this tool is great. And by the way, there is definitely a distinct aroma that is wafting out from this pot. Okay, and now we're going to add the celery, potatoes, broth, water, bay leaf, salt, pepper, and cayenne. And we're not doing any cayenne nonsense, of course. So we're basically putting all of our stuff in there now. So we're going to add the celery. Wow, there is a definite stink coming out of the garlic. Okay. And now it also wants to add the potatoes. The broth. As well as the water. The bay leaf. I don't really understand how bay leaves work. You just put it in there, but you don't eat it, I don't think. It's just kind of a weird methodology, but it supposedly flavors it, I guess. Okay. Well, I accidentally put 2 of them in there. Is that going to ruin it? Computer, is there anything wrong with putting 2 bay leaves in my celery soup? No answer. That's never a good sign. Okay, and we're going to do a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. I like to put enough pepper until I start seeing the little specks. Salt, you can't use the same method because it's invisible, but you just kind of got to trust that it's coming out. Okay, the liquid should just cover the veggies. Sort of, I guess. If not, add a little bit more water. Yeah, I think we're good on that. Bring to a rolling boil. Turn the heat down and simmer gently until the potatoes are tender. About 10 minutes. Okay, so it looks like we have a little bit of time here. Crubberang says the bay leaf is for superstitious chefs. Oh, I see. So it's more of a traditional thing. Hey, Crime Stream, good job, World Record Podcast. Big up. Thank you very much, Crime Stream. My friend Brendan Walsh, I've been friends with many years, has a podcast called the World Record Podcast he's been doing, and we just chatted like old buddies, just chatted for a long time, and I'm glad to hear that feedback. Thanks, Crime Stream. Okay, so I'm sorry, I have to focus here for a second. It says cover. Doesn't say cover with what. But I have a pot cover here. So I guess I can use this. Cover. Bring to a rolling boil. So that's going to be very hot. Turn down heat and simmer gently until potatoes are tender. About 10 minutes. Okay. So they mean turn the heat down now or wait until it's boiling? Boy, I apologize if this is boring to anybody. Danny Wonders, thank you for resubscribing. Sorry I missed that earlier. Blinder resubscribed for 16 months. Thank you so much for that, Blinder. While we're waiting for this, let's check in with some of our questions that you guys have. Camro says, is there a way to skip categories in that questionnaire? I didn't really care for some of them, but had to vote anyway. Oh, that's a technical question regarding voting for your favorite Henry's Kitchen clip on the Discord. I don't know. It sounds like you're talking about some kind of extra questions that might have been asked. We here at Henry's Kitchen love data. We love collecting information about you, the user. So it was probably just simple stuff like where do you like to shop? What is your favorite password to use for sign-in type stuff or whatever. Soy Milk says, hi Henry, big fan. Have you ever used soy milk in cooking before? I gotta know. You know what? I never have. Is soy milk good? I used to drink it. I used to use it in my cereal, so I guess technically if you consider making cereal in the morning cooking, I mean, you are adding ingredients together, but you're not really cooking. But yeah, I did used to use soy milk for that. Okay. Fondue Yourself says, what is your mother's maiden name? Lisa. I don't know. That was a random question. Crime Stream, big data, dashboards, KPIs. No, it's terrible. Link's Deity, I like oat milk for coffee. No Bake, cereal. Sonic Factory, do you ever wake up and think, what the fuck is the point? Yeah. Oh, believe me, I thought that today. But it's the way, I don't know if a lot of you are biblical scholars like I once was, but John in the Bible, one of the apostles, when he was asked, why does he do it? He answered something like, where would you have me go? And I think what he meant was, what else am I going to do? And that's the way I feel about cooking. Sonic Factory, do you ever wake up and think, what the fuck is the point? Oh yeah, we already asked that. Starlet80 says, isn't your mother's maiden name Nunya? Nunya? No. It's not Nunya. That sounds like maybe a Latin name. Okay. Well, Link's Deity gifted a tier 1 sub to Rapsjasp. Thanks, Link's Deity. Everyone type Forson says Nunya Business. Nunya Business. Is that a full name? It doesn't sound like a real name. Quanto says, hey Henry, what's your credit card number and the expiry date and the numbers on the back? Thanks. I can just text it to you. But I trust that you're not going to use it for nefarious purposes. I hope not. Okay. Oh shit. We are at a rolling boil here, so I'm going to turn this down. First, let's stir this a little bit. Wow, there is definitely some fragrance wafting. So I'm going to put it on a relatively low heat, and the directions say we are supposed to, what is it saying here? What am I looking at? I'm looking at the lyrics for Pac-Man Fever. Stream, oh yeah, here we go. This is the foodfetishchef.com. It says, bring to a rolling boil, done. Turn heat down and simmer gently until potatoes are tender, about 10 minutes. Okay, computer, set timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
Okay. Well, maybe this will be a good time to play our game, right? I am so excited to be living in the era that we live in now, that I can actually play games from my childhood. I can play Pac-Man. We sang Pac-Man Fever today, earlier. I gotta make sure I don't accidentally burn the joystick cord here. Let's get the desktop audio going. Let's see if I can get 10,000 for a free man. And that'll be the goal for right now. Oh, it stuck. It was not me. The remote stuck. Damn. That would have been a really rookie mistake. I would have just basically thrown away a quarter. I'm not having a great time using the Atari joystick for this purpose. I should be really kick-ass at this. That was pretty sweet, actually. I got a full 1,600 points. Oh, that was my own fault. I got a little bit of cocky there. I'm grabbing those cherries. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Can I get the cherries also? Woo! That was pretty badass. Ah, control. These other guys aren't going to come out of their shell. Alright. Evil Ian02 says I got some badass Pac-Man moves. Nancy Drudel says, oh look at that, I just got the 10,000. Says this makes her anxious. Oh boy, this is making me anxious. This is a little tricky. I don't think I can get as greedy with the points this time around. Because I got a lot of work to do in terms of the dots. Sometimes getting points can... Oh! Alright, well I did get the free man, so we'll see what happens here. I gotta at least get to that screen where you get to see the... Oh, you know what, guys? I'm a little distracted. That could have been a lot better. I really kind of blew it. Maybe we'll play a little asteroids in a bit. We do have to do our song, our thank you song. So, computer, how much time left? Okay, we've got enough time. Let's put the reverbus on. Check 1, 2. Okay. Hey, roast beef, check it out. We're going to be doing the song. Aren't you excited? I think he's getting excited. It's out of tune. This song goes out to all of you, the users. We all know that it takes a village of people to come together. If you are friendly enough with the village people, maybe you've done that. But this song goes out to you, the users of the Henry's Kitchen community. And I'm talking about the folks who so early on got on a conference call with me to set up the Discord and have been doing an amazing job. Fans like Nella, for example, who's been running the hell out of the Henry's Kitchen official Instagram page, which is at 100,000 followers now, and Quanto. I mean, I'm going to name all the people, but the technical advisors, the moderators, the high-tier subscribers, the influencers who gave us their audience by doing shout-outs. Thank you to all of you. And this song goes out to you. And I'm not sure which melody we should use. Why don't we go ahead and do this to Alanis Morissette's Thank You song, because it's called Thank You. Tango Bob Dom Beef Hot Bear 1110. Do Dingle Dog Goggle Dr. Flanges Bacchus. Shane Yes Bielsby Mochi's Nirvana. It's Kate Kairosa Bumble Vision in the LGX. Chef Reactions, Husky Boyo and Bill Larkin Music in the Toilet. Thank you, Nim Moon Moon. Thank you, Emaru. Thank you, Orga Mind, S Band and Bonnie. Thank you, Dazzle Cat. Thank you, Blurry Little Quest. Thank you, Borson, Vin, and Nella. Don't forget Quanto. Dazzle Cat, Zonbane, and Toke My Nuts. Squaro, Uberito, 55555, Dinosaur, JV's Tech. Sickly Boy, Beelzebub, Hen Lips, One Hen, Caitlin's Kitchen, and D's Nuts. Game Master Flash, the Cat Food Taste Tester, the Cheernix, and Mochi's Nirvana. Thank you, Red Hot Hibachi. Thank you, Ransom GR. Thank you, SD Tiss and Michelle Happy. Thank you, Lacey T. Thank you, Purple Donut Filling His Fruit. Thank you, Tankerton and Borsenven and Zodiac Tone. Thank you, Gary Busey, ASMR, Shandis, Nova Glarian, and Mr. Gooseberry VT. Embry 225, Yarkasm, and Nico Tazo. And I hope to see all of you in Naperville, Illinois, June 28th. $20 tickets to go to Danny's Bar and Grill at henryphillips.com or henrys.kitchen, wherever you like to buy tickets to shit. Michael Bublé 4422 Passion Error. Thank you, Min Hoshin 64. Thank you, Midnight Faded. Thank you, JSBX Fan and Acidity Disc Pool Boy 789. And don't forget Quanto. Evil Ian 02 says Naperville, $20 tickets and maybe $600 airfare if you're out of town. Yeah, or maybe gas. Thanks everybody. I'm loving the applause emojis. It feels like the real thing here, and I appreciate that. Borsenvin asks, it's Kate, will there be an independent adjudicator to oversee the opening of the ballot boxes after the vote, and where can I access ballot data? We are a transparent democracy here at Henry's Kitchen, so you will be able to see all of the process of how the voting was done, and you won't be able to see individuals voting though. Computer, stop, because very integral to the democratic process is the anonymity of your vote. You don't want to have your name attached to your vote and then all of a sudden somebody at your work finds out that you voted for clip 6 and it was supposed to be clip 8 is the mainstream one, and all of a sudden they fire you. So we like to protect your anonymity here, but you can do an audit, Borsenvin. The answer is yes. Okay, the timer went off. So let us now, when do we put these onions in there? Did it say onions and I messed it up? Here, I'm gonna turn this off. Again, I'm going to the foodfetishchef.com. I don't know when the onions go in. Literally. If the onions were already supposed to be in, I'll be pissed off. Turn off the heat, remove the bay leaf, add the fresh herbs, and wilt them. No mention of the onions whatsoever. I think that the onions were supposed to go in there, and we're gonna have raw onions now. Fuck! Are you kidding me? The food fetish chef, ooh, that's hot, that's hot. Don't pick that up with your bare hand. That would be stupid. You just want to use some type of pot holder situation. I'm gonna put the onions in here real quick and hope that they boil, or hope that it's boiling. I don't know, I mean, how could they do that to us, right? It literally didn't say anything about the onions. Unless I'm missing it. Can anybody please do me a favor and go to fetish.com and see if you can find where he tells you to put the onions in. The liquid should just cover the veg. Celery, potatoes, broth, water, bay leaf, salt, pepper. Remove the bay leaf, so let's do that. Oh, that sounds like fun. We're gonna have to find that thing. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is exactly why you want to use the slutted spoon. Because you can get, wow, that worked out real well. Oh, didn't I put 2 of them in there though? Where is that? There was another bay leaf in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. So now we are going to get an immersion blender. I don't know what that is, but I imagine a regular blender will be fine. So let's move this out of the way. We're getting into that messy situation that our friend Mr. Chef Reactions warned us about. That we're not using our space efficiently. Let's pull this back. I don't have a zoom lens anymore, which is unfortunate, but okay, here we go. So it says, using an immersion blender, we don't have that. We have this regular blender. Blend until silky smooth. I also don't see anything about the cream. When do we put that in there? Oh, that's later. Okay, it's coming. Or, okay, we're gonna put in our herbs, which was our parsley. So let's put that into this. Okay. And don't cook herbs or you're gonna lose their flavor. Okay. Message received on that one. That's okay. It's just sort of floating in there. What the fuck am I doing? If blending, okay. If using a regular blender, that's what we are doing. Let cool before blending in smaller batches. If blending horm soup, fill blender more than halfway full, cover tightly with lid and kitchen towel, holding down firmly. When you start the motor on the lowest setting, working up gradually to prevent a blender explosion. My God. What in the hell do they think is going to happen here? it's kind of got me a little freaked out. I'm going to just sort of hope that this is one of these things where they don't want liability, so they sort of paint a worst case scenario. But I'm going to follow their directions nonetheless. But holy shit, they're thinking the blender's going to explode? Okay. So let cool. If blending warm soup, fill blender no more than halfway full. I think this is about halfway full. Cover tightly with the lid. I have the lid. And a kitchen towel. And then hold it down firmly, and that's underlined, capital letters, bold. When you start the motor, lowest setting, exclamation point, work up gradually to prevent a blender explosion. Okay. Mochi's Nirvana says this recipe has me really whelmed. I would say it's got me even more than whelmed. I'm sort of almost overly whelmed. Fernouche says let it cool first, right? Yeah, but we don't have time for that. I think it has cooled since we got it out. But anyway, let's just go ahead and do it. So we're going to put this on off, which would be the lowest setting, obviously. But that doesn't do anything. Okay, on. So I guess the lowest would be pulse. So, it's not doing anything. Why doesn't it do anything? Stir, let's try stir. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go higher. I'm gonna take it up a notch. It doesn't look like it's in danger of exploding. But don't worry, I'm in control. I'm gonna go up one more. She wants to burst, I can tell. She wants to burst. But I can do this. We're going to go up one more, guys. The pressure is pushing up against it. I'm going to go one more. I got to do it. I got one left. Putting everything I got. It's not doing it. It's too dangerous. It's got a pretty tight seal on there. Oh boy. That was pretty strenuous. But I think we did it. Now it says, create a vibrant colored soup. For extra green, handful of spinach. It didn't say anything about spinach. That was not in the deal. We're not doing that. Place it back in the same pot over low heat. We can do that. And now is, I think, where we're gonna add, I can't believe they made us cut onions and didn't even have us put them in anything. But we did. Stir in some cream, and of this, remember we're dividing everything in half. So of cream it says half a cup. Let's do 1/4 cup. So I don't know if you have these measuring cups, but if you have 1 cup, you don't need, some people use all kinds of different measurements. If you only have one cup thing, just fill it up 1/4 of the way. Pretty simple, right? There you go. And we just saved ourselves a whole bunch of cups. It's good for the environment. Maybe we can stir this up a little bit. Camero says that's a great tip. When you buy measuring cups, sell the rest, or if you want to just donate them to the needy. Okay, so we've put in our cream, and we're going to gently heat. Careful not to over simmer, or you might lose the vibrant color. We've got a very vibrant color in there. So now let's switch out devices. I'm going to go back to the infrared stove. Gently now. Let's take this thing out. I have so much shit to clean up this time around, and I'm not looking forward to it. Okay, there it goes. What does it say now? We want, Delph295 says the reverberation is currently happening. Check, oh my God. How long has the reverberation been on? I am embarrassed. I'm so sorry. Check 1, 2. I'm very apologetic about that, guys. I didn't realize it was on this whole time. That's so embarrassing. Mochi's Nirvana says the infrared stove is truly a workhorse of Henry's Kitchen, if you will. Yeah, it really is. This thing has worked harder for us here at Henry's Kitchen than just about any other device, or even myself or my cat roast beef has certainly not done a lot of work toward really anything. I basically just feed him food and then clean up his shit. He doesn't really work. Zoop Skillet says that'd be great if you threw on a flanger and left it on. Ooh, that would be good. Quanto says the loud sound of the blender makes the liquid expand. The technical term is sonic inflation. Look it up later for more info. Well, we don't have to look it up later. We can do it right now. Computer, tell me about sonic inflation. Very quiet. It's an adventure game. Good band name. Okay, I'm confused as usual. Now, to make the crispy celery leaves, heat a general amount of olive oil in a small skillet. We're not doing all that. Wait until the oil is hot. We're not getting another skillet. That's all just for looks. I think we will now be pouring the bowl. It says that we can use something called hemp seeds. Okay, here. Let's get a bowl and a spoon. I don't see any reason why I can't just add the leaves as are. Let's turn that off. It's a vibrant color that we've got going on there. It said to put them in a crescent type shape. All right, now we need some hemp seeds. Where are they? I wouldn't say these are hemp seeds, but they look like they're flax or one of those natural type things. So, wow, that looks pretty good. I like that. I don't know if it's going to taste good, but I guess we'll find out. Let's see what we have here. Wow, that is a beautiful soup. And I have to say that the aroma that's wafting through my nostrils is not a foul one. Okay, let's take a look at our example pick here. Now, of course, when we flip to the example pick, it's not really a fair contest because theirs requires all kinds of, hold on a second here. That's theirs. And let's take a look at ours. We don't have as beautiful of a setting, but ours doesn't really look anything like theirs for some reason. Theirs is much greener, but that they might have dialed up the saturation on their iPhone or whatever. So, whatever it is, I'm going to take some sips of this, or bites, or whatever you call it when it's soup. And let's see what happens here. Nancy Drudel says, you're not wearing nail polish. That's the difference. Oh, okay. Hey, Nancy, thanks for cheering 100 bits. And thanks again to Link's Deity. And thanks to everybody who submitted and subscribed and did all those things today. I'm going to take this bite of this shit and we're going to see what happens. But I do want to say also, we have so much fun when we do these meet and greets with the users. I'm going to be doing a show, Danny's Bar and Grill in Naperville, Illinois. It's a Chicago suburb. Please fly there from whatever continent you live on or in, and join us June 28th. And you can get tickets at henryphillips.com or henrys.kitchen. And also, go to the Discord, Henry's Kitchen Discord, and vote on your favorite Henry's Kitchen clip from the last year, because on May the 4th, at the usual time, we are going to be doing our anniversary stream. It's the 3rd year in a row. The Golden Henrys. And I've got some gifts that have been sent to me that I'm going to be unboxing on the stream. So it's going to be a lot of exciting stuff, and I can't wait. I don't have a lot going on in my life, and this is it. So I'm glad that you guys are in the same boat. Okay, here we go. Nancy Drudel says, we'll be there with bells on. Awesome. Just try to keep the bells, try not to move during the show because the bells will make a distracting noise. Okay, here we go. It's very celery-y. It's a little salty. And I'm not sure that you're supposed to eat the leafy part of the celery. Dark Aegis wants to know, is the soup fetish worthy? Remember, we got this from the website, thefetishchef.com. Fondue Yourself says, your face says no, but you're noodling like yes. Or you're nodding like yes. Yeah. I was like, you're noodling. Okay, here we go. It's still very hot. Trying to think of what's weird about it. Maybe too much butter also? Lynx Deity says this soup is bordering on salad. Okay, I'm going to say it's not delicious. I can rule out delicious. Not sure if it's actually good. But I'm also going to eat all of it because it's my lunch. And it took 2 hours to make. And I'm sure roast beef is going to want some lunch here soon. So we usually sit and watch the, what do you call it, the DVD of the show right after the stream so that we see if there's anything in our performance that we could have done differently or that we, you know, it's just sort of general QC, quality control on the show. So I'm going to be waking him up a little bit and doing that. Let me sip it like this. I got more of it that time. Yeah, it's a lot of butter and a lot of salt, not a lot of celery, and I don't even know what happened to the potatoes. Borsenvin just donated $5. Thank you so much, Borsenvin, for your generosity. It says here, I never thought watching a friendly old man eating soup would ever make me this happy. Bon appetit, hen. Thank you, Borsenvin, and I'm happy to be that old man. And making that soup to make people happy. I guess in that way I'm sort of making a sacrifice, if you will. X Riftborn says the potatoes were blended into oblivion. Yeah, like I literally don't even taste potatoes in here. Did we put them in? Yeah, I guess we did. This tastes probably a lot like what I'll bet potato leek soup tastes like. Beelzebub wants to know, so this wasn't a success. I will say that there are side gambling rings that happen here at Henry's Kitchen in terms of whether it was a success or not. So I don't like to be... I don't like to tilt it one way or the other. I don't approve of gambling unless I'm the one doing it. But it's Kate X. Yeah, it's fine. It's just a tiny little bit above. I'm sorry, it's a tiny little bit below being exactly average. It's too much butter, way too much butter and salt, and very little other ingredients in there except I think potatoes. But yeah, I would say it's fine. I'd say if you guys are gambling, you should probably have a medium category because that's what most of this stuff seems to be. Duza says, I win. So did Duza bet on fine? It's not delicious. It's not good. Zoop Skillet says that recipe was trash. I think you're right. The foot fetish. Oh, wow. This whole time I thought it said the food fetish. It says the foot fetish chef. I don't even know if I'm on a proper cooking show website here. All right, everybody. Well, we've jerked around enough here. I want to say thank you so much for joining us here at Henry's Kitchen. Official Shitter says, my housemate served wine to Al Gore last night. Wow. What city are you in? Are you in D.C. or does he live in like North Carolina or something? I don't know. I don't remember. Dark Asia says, oh, that makes sense. It's probably to mash between your toes, not to eat. Yeah, probably so. Okay. Thank you so much. Lynx Deity says, nice working, surviving the kitchen yet again. Yeah, we survived. We did it. Oh, in Oakland. Oh, very cool. Boy, I got to get back to the Northern California region. That's such a nice part of the world there. Thanks, Official Shitter. Nesquik Scope says, Forsen. Pancake King says, thanks, Henry. Thank you too, Pancake King. Thanks for joining us here. And there we go. Royal Flush 9 says, this was one of the most intense shows I've ever witnessed. Yeah, we had some intense shit happen this time around. Have some coffee. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your day. I hope you have a good one. I want to tell people about some of our friends. Bill Larkin Music, all one word. Go check out his stream, The Toily, Thetoiley. Our friend Husky Boyo, who doesn't seem to be usually streaming at the time that I'm finishing up here. But check out the Husky Boyo's stream. He draws, and it's a lot of fun. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And thanks for joining me while I made my bullshit. And I can't wait to see you May 4th for the Henry's Kitchen 3rd anniversary, the Golden Henrys, where we're going to be giving away prizes and all kinds of other stuff. So thanks, everybody. And I hope you have a great rest of your week.